the shoulder, Taz, you're right. The second one did as well. Oh, my God.
Spine buster, 2, and whoa!
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, guys. We're here at the Red Carpet Ring. We're going to talk about which show thrived the most, and we're going to talk about which show had the better rating. Let's get the likes as we come into the ring. We're talking about NXT versus AEW Dynamite for the episode of January 22nd and January 23rd. Let's get into it. NXT rating was 777,000 viewership, 0.2 demographic 1849. So they are definitely keeping up ratings still, despite not having a big name on there, with the exception of Bayley, who was on NXT. She came out to help assist Julia as they were attacked by Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. So definitely a good one. Let's look at this card. And the card is, we had 3 title/championship cups. NXT Championship over Femi First, Eddie Thorpe main event. Tony Angelo versus Ridge Holland for the North American title, and Charlie Dempsey challenging Lexis King for his NXT Heritage Cup. So this was a good way to showcase all the titles, having them go on a great show, and it was a very solid show. I said that before in my review for NXT. But also with the viewership there, it helps because NXT, I said before and I'll say it again, they're always creating storylines. They're always creating storylines. Even the little love storyline between Carmen Petrovic and Ashante Adonis, they always creating a story there. And NXT continues to get better every single week. And either a main roster person do come up for Raw or SmackDown, it's always a captivating story when it comes to that. So we're going to soon get into the whole thing with AEW Dynamite in a second. Yeah, so NXT, they will have a PLE coming up with Wednesday, which I'll talk a little bit more about later on. That's 2 weeks from Saturday, and it's definitely going to be a good one. But we do have the Women's NXT North American Championship defended next week. All right, we got AEW Dynamite ratings. For the January 22nd episode, came in at 655 viewership. It said that it was a slight decrease in demographics, 0.19. But it's still, they keeping up the 600 and plus thing. Now here we got the match card. We got Cope versus Pac, face-to-face Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay. We have Private Party versus the Hurt Syndicate for the AEW Tag Team Championships on the line. We have that on the card. Now they seem captivating, and there's also some more stuff on the card. We also have Jamie Hayter versus Julia Hart 2, AR Fox versus Swerve Strickland, and MJF and Jeff Jarrett, other segments in between. You guys know how AEW Dynamite is for those who do follow AEW Dynamite, because they do have segments in there. Now the card was okay, but like I said, they still lost to NXT as a whole. But, you know, I'm going to give credit for AEW. They are putting some effort there. Like I said, the key to AEW Dynamite is consistency. They have to be consistent with the program, consistent with who they have in their stories. Now, like I said, AEW Dynamite, the biggest moment of that episode was the Hurt Syndicate winning the AEW Tag Team Championships, defeating the Private Party, who only held on to the belts, I want to say, maybe a little over a month. It wasn't long. Now, Jamie Hayter also got a victory. She got a victory over Julia Hart. So they even. Jamie Hart cut a small promo after the match. They're going to have a third encounter as they both have one win over each other. And Jamie Hayter also gave Julia Hart her props, saying she's a tough one. She could take it. And she said Julia Hart needs to be on her own with the whole stable of Hounds of Hell, whatever they call it now. Also, they promote Grand Slam, which will be February 15th. Tag team match, Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay versus Takesha, whatever his name is, and Kyle Fletcher. They're going to have a tag team match. And I know there was a segment there where Kyle flew off the rails, and also Kenny Omega cut that corny promo saying, let's hit my music, and I'm scared of heights with you up in the air. That was whack. But anyway, other than that, though, this is coming up for AEW. Now, the crazy thing about this is they have Grand Slam coming up. It will be in Australia. You know, the time zone's going to be different, and it's a major concern because, you know, that's around NBA All-Star Game weekend. And we have Mercedes Moné. She was challenged by Harley Cameron. She got all those belts. It don't make no sense. A whole bunch of mid-card belts. Another video for another day, of course, obviously. You know, whatever channel I have that I will discuss that. But we'll keep it out of pause for now regarding that. So she was challenged for a TBS championship. She's going to have a feud with Harley Cameron. Don't know when that's going to be exactly, but that's definitely going to happen at some point. Harley was singing, playing guitar. But NXT, they have Vengeance Day, February 15th. Now, what's crazy is NXT and AEW will go head-to-head again. This time, it will be PLE versus their Grand Slam show. So we have Vengeance Day versus Grand Slam. You guys let me know which one you're going to watch. Vengeance Day is normally a very good PLE. It's the first PLE of the new year. They have some title matches there. You don't see too many titles change hands on Vengeance Day, but what you will see, the NXT Breakout Tournament. You're going to see those new people, maybe the winners of that. You never know. But other than that, though, NXT and AEW, both okay shows. AEW was okay. Still need some work. Both solid shows. They both have 2 shows coming up simultaneously on February 15th. Now, Vengeance Day will not be in another country. Just let you guys know that will be in the States. So it'll be normal standard time for that. That's not like Grand Slam. But other than that, both shows, they produce good stuff. I do like the Swerve, Strickland, and Ricochet angle. Ricochet put a scissor against Prince Nana, you know, all that stuff. But we're going to see more of that. And it was a good highlight of one-part match of AEW Dynamite.
The shoulder, Taz, you're right. The second one did as well. Oh, my God.
Spine buster, 2, and whoa!
And also this whole Death Riders stable of Jon Moxley, AEW World Champion. Can we all agree that he needs to lose that belt? That stable needs to go like yesterday. I believe that AEW, once they get rid of the champions, Jon Moxley, AEW World Champion, Mariah May, AEW Women's World Champion, they will have a better view of how the viewership will increase. Just put it on your stars that will work. But I think the current champions, and they both heel, it's not working. It's something that you don't want to do. And I think that's a big mistake that AEW is making. They need to get the belts off. They have belts on the wrong people, and need to put the belts on the right people and give more opportunities to baby faces. I'm so tired of AEW. Almost every champion in your company currently is a heel. You have a heel AEW Women's World Champion. You have a heel AEW World Champion. You have heel now Tag Team Champions. You have a heel TBS Champion. The only person I see that is a babyface is the TNT Champion, Daniel Garcia. Oh, yeah, also your International Champion and your Continental Champion are also heels. 95% of your champions in AEW, I'm not including ROH, Ring of Honor, we're not talking about that. They are heels, and they need to put more championships on baby faces. And we know in the wrestling industry that baby faces sells. Not only sells tickets for seats at venues, but also merchandise, shirts, toys, bobbleheads, whatever you want to call it. Baby faces will always sell that over the heel. All heel's going to do is get booed. They come to get booed, but they are not going to be the face of your company. We've seen this in history of wrestling. The face of any wrestling organization or promotion, the baby face of that company was always a babyface character. It was never a heel. Never the heel of the company. And the sooner AEW learns that, the sooner they can grasp that concept, the better the numbers will greatly increase during time. But they really need to start focusing on more babyface characters and start running with this heel tactic. Or you make them they are a heel, and you put a belt on them, you slowly make them a babyface. They need to cut that out. That's their biggest issue. And I may talk more about that at another date as well. Stop putting all these championships in your company on heel characters. Male division and the women's division. It doesn't matter. You have to start listening to this IWC, this silly old we love heel nonsense, because you're letting them run your company. Listen to the IWC, and your numbers are not where they should be. Now, your numbers for AW, I give props. Yes, it's back in the 600 and 650,000, but it should be in the 800,000 or 900,000, because AW Dynamite is still your premier show. It's like their Monday Night Raw, and it's the first show that they started after opening in 2019. Now, NXT. Now, some things they need to work on as well. They need to have more opponents for their champions, more liable, more believable competitors. And I talked about this too with Obafemi, Tony D'Angelo, all that. But that's all I have for which wrestler show thrived the most. We already know who that is, NXT. You guys let me know what you thought of this week's NXT and AEW Dynamite. Greatly appreciate it. Soon to Bills will pop up, guys. You already know what it is. It is OUT.